if I could step back for 1 second, and if we look at Western philanthropy, if it leans to more of a one-to-many, and then African philanthropy, which is many-to-many or many-to-one, or whichever other differences we've spoken about, both are necessary, perhaps. And I was wondering where they meet. How do they combine? Are there touch points where the two meet, or are they just generally separate things and remain that way? I think we can start with Professor Moyo for a change, and then we'll go to Jacqueline.
You mean where do the two forms meet? Actually, they do meet, and they meet at different levels. So, for example, at an institutional level, when we all speak about institutional philanthropy, I don't think there's a big difference between how our institutional forms of philanthropy, let's take foundations currently in Africa and foundations that are from the West. You don't really see much difference in terms of practice, but also in terms of systems and processes that they've put in place. So there, at the form of institutionalism or structuralism, there's a complete relationship and an interface. And I think if you are then to look for differences, you will have to really dig deeper into seeing what exactly is African here, what exactly is Western. I think at some point we've got to agree that both the Western philanthropy and the African philanthropy have coalesced at a global level so that we've got global forms of philanthropy. And I think due to globalization and other forms of internationalization, we have all come to a space where we are existing at a global platform. And it is expected, therefore, that we'll have syncretic forms of expression in the philanthropy. So we can't sit here and say, you know, our philanthropy is 100% African, theirs is 100% Western. There's no such at this point in time. We can identify some elements that are African, we can identify some elements that are Western, but we are all sitting at a universal perspective of philanthropy. And that's why earlier on I spoke about hierarchies of philanthropy.